Hello, Gemini. This is going to be a general read. It's going to be a bonus. It's a bonus because it's your birthday month. It's your birthday season, I should say, not month, but your birthday season. Well, technically it is your birthday month, but also you're in May too, I believe. Yeah. But anyway, we're in June now, so it's still your birthday month. So I wanted to do a Gemini bonus, and I'm going to keep doing these reads until Gemini season ends, just the way it is. And then I'll continue Gemini, of course. But I wanted to give you some extra love in your season. So this is going to be for like Geminis that are in love, or I already did Gemini singles. Now I wanted to look at Geminis that are either in love or searching for love. You're at that point, right? So we'll do business first, we'll look into self, and then we'll get into new love, or if you're in an established connection. I brought out we're going to use more of a Kabbalah deck that incorporates the tree of life. If I need to clarify, I'm going to clarify with the traditional Rider-Waite, but it's more of a stained glass look, circular, so I get much more depth in that. And then we're going to first ask the nature sprites and the fae. We're going to ask them what this read's going to be about. We'll get one for business, we'll get one for self, and we will get one for love. All right, and we're going to look at business first, and then the other two we'll look at as the reads come. So show me for my Gemini spirit, Geminis for business. Spirit just said split the deck in two from the top, so I take the third. 1, 2. So this is business. Okay, they said 2 more shuffles. That's 1. And that's 2. Now for Gemini self. And for Geminis, oh, as I said, shuffle. For Geminis, for love, new love and connections. Okay. So the overall energy, despite not despite or in spite, the overall energy, including for all of these 3 spreads that we're going to be doing, is the big picture. So overall, Gemini, you're looking at the big picture in life. You're moving away to calmer waters. You're just moving into very peaceful times because you're looking at the big picture. You are literally looking at the big picture. It's number 6, too. I actually feel the need, even though I'm an intuitive reader, I feel the need to read from the book for this one. So for number 6, the big picture. There's so much more going on than you realize. When we get up in our heads and overthink things, we start to miss much of what is going on in the world around us. You might be trying to micromanage a situation and are too focused on small details. Try looking at this from different angles. If you've been struggling with a problem or tough situation, this card can signal that you will find the answers if you stand back and view everything from a larger perspective or someone else's viewpoint. And it's interesting to me because the number is 6, and then the author made the page number be 23. So you're coming out of the 5s, you're coming out of any type of conflict into the big picture, into the 6s. You're moving away from everything, business, self, and love. All right. Now for business, though, I love seeing this. Love it. This is what we got for business. This is what we're jumping into. The overall for this read that we're going to ask the tarot to dive deeper in. The overall for business is hope and happiness, number 48, which breaks down to a 3, right? Which is perfect for business because my right ear is going E, so I'm on point. You guys, what is that? Okay, they just gave me confirmation that this is what it is. It breaks down to a 3. 48 breaks down to a 3, and 3s talk about collecting, collabing, working with other people, which is what I want to see in a business read. But I want you to look at that while I find the page on this, because I want to read from the book. Hope and happiness, business, finance, career. You have reached a time filled with healing energy, new progress, and satisfaction. You are at a point for festivity. The energy in this phase is supportive and promotes a feel of winning. That's perfect for a business read. Let worries or challenges from the past fade away as you focus on the joy that is surrounding you. Feel encouraged and excited about the potential of all the wonderful promises that are being kept. Celebrate and enjoy your life. So something's working for you in business, finance, career, Gemini. That's just what's up, right? Birds may be of significance to you, doves specifically, ocean, mountain, looking up in the sky, like if you're in the country where you can actually see the universe or see the stars, it's something like that. Sunsets and mystical, a lot of birds. I'm seeing too. Butterfly, a lot of transformation, a lot of, purple flowers, lilacs might be of significance to you as well. Swans might be of significance to you as well. The color blue, pink, gold, stars, mountain, lakes, and like lush mountainsides as well. Very, it's something like that. But, right. Okay, let's dive in. Spirit, what else do we need? Like, we saw the overall energy. We saw what the read's going to be. We saw the overall energy, and we saw what the read's going to be about for business, finance, career. Now let's dive in deeper with the tarot. Open this up for Gemini in business, finance, career, spirit. June 4th, 2023. Let's go. There's 2 of them. Okay. And one more. Wow. Remember how I said this breaks down to a 3? Look, 3 of fire, which is a path of which way do I go? Staying somewhere to figure out, staying put to figure out what you want. Hold on. Overall energy is the flood, 4 of water. I need to clarify. I need to read. Give me a second, Gemini, so I may read what I'm seeing, but I may need to clarify too. Some of you might be an Aquarius moon. You may have Pisces in your chart. You may have Scorpio in your chart. You may have Libra in your chart. Aquarius in your chart. Yeah, because this is Aries at sun sign, so it's not that, but all right. Clarify that for Gemini. Oh, perfect. Wow, you got the High Priestess at the bottom. Gemini singles read was screaming High Priestess, too. They had a lot of High Priestess energy. You, in business, finance, career, you're not going to be taking any losses. Nothing's going to be a missed opportunity for you. You are going to be nothing. Because you're so balanced in using your intuition, business, finance, career, whatever this is for you, a flood is coming in the best of ways. It's like there's no missed opportunity. There's only great things, period. You are protected. Spirit wants to make emphasis on that. Angels, ancestors, and your guides, and Spirit is protecting you at this time. Nothing can go wrong as long as you stay on your path. Like in business, it's something like that. It's like stay on your path, and it's not nothing will go wrong. It's the worry that you naturally had for what you're doing in business, finance, career came with some worry. And Spirit says just keep going as you know to do. You have the secret knowledge. You have the hidden knowledge. You know what you need to do. You're pure enough. The high priestess is pure. Do you know why? Do you know why the high priestess, one of the messages of the high priestess, like how the high priestess was able to be a high priestess, it said that she was a virgin. And because her purity stayed in that way, because of the energy that she could share, or like she couldn't share her energy in those ways and still get those messages. It's somehow like that. The high priestess knows everything, can pop in to any timeline, can pop into anywhere too, can like go all these different dimensions. It's like a time traveler is what I'm seeing. It's like a wanderer of some sort. But that's just getting out there, and I know that. But right, thanks, Spirit. You see things very clearly, and because of that, nothing's going to be a loss in business. It's a flood in a good way, but you're still protected. So any bullshit that's around you isn't going to penetrate, right? It might like the overspill of something because like it's like a wave coming crashing over, right? And it may get on the shore, but it's not really going to affect you, right? It's just like sprinkle. It's like that. You Cancer energy. Some of you might be a Cancer moon. There's no loss of emotion either for what you're doing. Something like that. And then you're moving into business, finance, career with a lot of, let's clarify, with a lot of love for something. Lots of love. Show me. Clarify that. Father of water. Wow. Oh, how amazing. Okay. You're coming in, you're showing a side of yourself that's the Father of water. Now, this is someone that has a lot of love, has a lot of empathy, has a lot of compassion, but is very good at controlling their emotions, masculine energy, right? It's like you're pulling yourself, a side of you that's like, I am very balanced in what I'm doing. And though I have emotions, I'm not working from them. I want to make this happen. So you're coming out with, it's like star-like energy. You're creating something with, this is Aquarius energy too, but it's also the depths of, oh, wow, look. And this is Aqua Moon. Well, this is, it's a Pisces card, but it's also an Aquarius moon. It's a Pisces, and this is Aquarius as well. So you're using some sort of like radical change, something to do with like the way that your mind is working right now, Gemini. You're barreling out on a mental in ways that are just so radical, like so boom, I'm here, free thinker, free. It's like changing things, a lot of change. Like, have you looked at it in this way? Well, let's do it like this. Boom, right? And it's logical. You've used your logic. You're analytical. Like facts don't care about feelings. Neither does the Queen of Swords. This is more Gemini energy, more air energy, right? But you have a lot of love for it too. That's where the balance comes in, because you are balanced with it, the mind and the heart, right? That's what Gemini is, the balance of the divine feminine, the divine masculine within yourself. I mean, the major arcana that represents you, Gemini, in the tarot is the Lovers, one of them, which is the divine feminine, the divine masculine, but you have that within yourself, the mind, the heart. You're bringing that to a balance. So I can understand why I'm seeing this. Some of you might be speaking more. Also, that's good for Gemini because you are the house of communication styles. It's also a social card too. And you're very pure. Whatever you're doing, you are paving your way through something, and you're coming in with like a fresh look to something. And yeah, the hope and the happiness, because you know that it could be something and you want to be happy. Don't worry, because it's going to come to fruition. It's working, right? Why? Because the brother of water. Because it's like this. You start with the Father of water. I had to clarify because I wasn't understanding why the father and then the brother was here. So that like this is you, the Father of water. which is clarified by the star and the Queen of Swords. So I'm using my logic. I'm breaking things down and I'm analyzing things. But I have a lot of love for what I'm doing, a lot of empathy and like a lot of compassion. It's like something like that. Like I don't know why I'm saying it like that, the empathy and the compassion, but it's something like that with business. And the way that you're jumping out in star-like energy, right? It's like I know what I'm doing, right? And one thing about the star energy too is Aquarius is a lot of people think Aquarius is a water sign because Aquarius, right? It's not. It's an air sign. But what the star does, what Aquarius also does, is glides over the water, holding humanity's emotions, right? While also holding your own. It's something like that. You're able to bear the water bearer. You're able to bear others' emotions to be able to get through something. So even though you got a lot of love for this and all these things, right, that we just talked about, but you're coming in with an analytical and logical mind. Also, if this is a legal binding contract, it's going in your favor because that's a side note or a side message because the mother of a sword, the Queen of Swords is here, which is can be looked at as a judge. But it's someone that's fair and just, right? If this was like a love read, I would say like it could be a court case, right? Or if this is a court case to do a business, it's going to go in your favor because whatever is going to be fair and just and logical, right? It also could be some of you, if you're in a lawsuit, anything to do with business, finance, career, because you had to heal from something, the truth is coming out with that, and you're going to get justice for that. That's just like a side message. Let's clear. There's a lot of messages coming through. So because it's showing, hey, Gemini has all this love for something, but knows how to control their emotions and knows how to work with others, right? Right? But also is coming out with star-like energy. Boom, this is what we're doing now, right? We're doing this. And this is the truth. And I've already thought about it. This is logical. And this is what's analytical. I've analyzed it, right? But I only need to come out in the brother of water, which would be like the page of water, right? Why? Because the Eight of Cups in reverse, because you don't need to be overly emotional to anything. You're not looking at it like an emotional law. You're looking at it like I'm not putting emotions in. I have all this stuff, but I'm leading with no emotion. I'm not leading this business deal with emotions. So because I know how I am, I'm just going to be giving this. And then if somebody has a problem with that, that's when you'll move or step back into what you need, back to the Father, right? But it's like I'm already this way, but here's the side that I'm showing because, of that. It's also could be telling me that you have, and then, okay, it also, hold up. So for there, it also can be telling me that because you had a lot of love for something in business, finance, career, right? But you're choosing to move forward or to get out of a job that you don't want to be in anymore, a position, or whether that you work for someone works for you, you're working with others, whether it's entrepreneurship, you're working for someone, it's a career, however this works for you, right? So it's like you had to, it's not necessarily heal, but you had to take your star-like energy elsewhere because you weren't being seen for you were tired of not being paid or getting the amount, like getting what you deserve or earned. And so the most logical and analytical truth of it was to move forward. And so then it's like you scaled back in something in business and you went forward, like you still had all this emotion, but people weren't putting in their like as much effort as you or something like that. So you scaled back, still giving your all, but just taking your emotions out of it. When that happened, you saw things very logically and you're like, no, I'm now starting over in something else. I don't know what I'm exactly starting over in, but I know that I am starting. Okay, so for some of you, you're actually going to be starting over in a new job and you're just waiting to hear back. And if that is the case, you're going to get it. All right. For others of you, the Fool is it's everything that I just said before that, right? Plus, so it's like I have all this love, I have all this, I can do all these things, right? But it's like I don't need to show so much because I was giving 110% always, and they keep wanting more. So now I'm scaling back, and even though I am this, I had to look at things differently if I wanted to be a star, if I wanted to come out like that. Well, how can I look at this logically, right? How do I analyze this? Oh, I see. I'll scale back on the emotions part of it. I don't need to get so emotionally invested or involved in this way. Let's see how that works, right? Because maybe you're trying to teach someone a lesson too at work. And so you're approaching it with the same love, but without the emotion, the tie to it. And then you're like, wow, this is actually working, because now what's happening is the Fool is jumping into the brother of water. So the Fool, which is Scorpio energy and Libra, Scorpio sun, and it would be a Libra moon. But you would be jumping into something new, which is a different side of you, and maybe your work isn't, and now you're waiting for things to like come in. You're birthing a new light. The threes, remember I told you this broke down to a three? That's how the read started. Look, that's how the business read's ending. So it's like that. It's like, now that I've done this, I'm sort of starting over into a brand new me in business, finance, career, because there's like, it's not an emotional loss. Whatever this is, it's a flood, but not in a way, it's a different flood. You're using your mind more. You're scaling back on the emotions and going straight analytical and logical. And now you're like, now I'm waiting. Because I'm waiting for what I did to come out. And you might be working with two other people, or you're figuring out which way to go. I'm going to wait while I figure it out, because while I'm actively doing something and I scaled back, I'm still sort of in limbo, but not really, because now I can go this way, or this way. It's something like that. But it all looks good, whatever this is for you. Yeah. You won't be betrayed. You don't have to worry about if there's someone that's like, toxic or negative or narcissistic or something like that in business that you don't really like. Don't worry about it, because you're not going to be betrayed. You're not going to be left heartbroken. The devil has nothing on you. That's what I'm hearing and seeing. And you're like a wounded warrior. Like you just kept, it's like you maybe you were tired of like waiting for the next fight or something like that. And because of that, look, you're getting a fucking victory. Because you went through all that, you're getting a victory. So whatever that is for you in business, finance, career, that's what I got for you, Gemini. Let's dive into self real quick. So the second card for self is perfect setting. Let's read from the book. That's number 9. Oh, and that was one of the last cards that we saw in there. Okay. Anyway, the numbers. Spirit talks to me through numbers. Your guides, your ancestors, your spirit, the energy. So I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, number 9. Perfect setting. So this is for self, guys. If you have a goal or vision, be sure to provide the right surroundings for that dream to flourish. Positive self-talk, affirmations, being kind to yourself, celebrating your talents and successes, all of these create fertile soil for your dreams to take root and grow. Sometimes when you push too hard, it can hinder the harmonious unfolding of your journey. Trust the process, relax, and allow nature to take its course. Belief and positive support is needed to accomplish your goals. Keep in mind, nature makes growing and blossoming look effortless, but the secret is in all the details: position, sun, soil, air, water, and nourishment. Make sure you are taking the steps necessary to attain your perfect environment. Wow, this is what I would love. This is a card that is so perfect for self. Let's dive in. What do you want to say? What messages do you want to say? Okay, Spirit wants me to use the other deck, so that's what I'm going to do. Spirit said to shuffle and then cut it and pick 3 from the top, like take 3 from the top away and use the 4th. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know why I explain all that. I probably should just do it. Spirits, yeah. Maybe that'll cut back on the time too. I just like to tell you guys what I'm doing. Okay. Cut. Okay. Okay. Now what? Wow. Anything else, Spirit? Got it. Great. Okay, so for yourself, wow. Two of Pentacles at the bottom, but you start off with the Two of Staves. You're juggling a practical choice for yourself, something that you're juggling. But probably because you are trying to get the perfect setting. You've been on a long journey with the nines. It's almost over. This part of the self-discovery, the self-journey of the healing of something to do with self, it's almost at the end of it because you've worked through so much stuff. Not in a bad way. Like you're at the end of it, and then the 10th is when you start over. So, but you're trying to make a very practical choice, a practical decision on which way to go. I have this wand right here, but I also have this wand right here. But I have the world in my hand too. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? What is the most practical choice for what I want? Some of you, you might be traveling overseas. Some of you might have to make a big career move where like you actually have to move and you're trying to figure out what works. It's something like that. And you're trying to figure out which way is the best way. Spirit is saying slow and steady wins the race because there's something coming in that is a very stable offer. It may seem like it took a long time to get there, but it's freaking stable, and the Knight of Pentacles is the only knight I trust in any deck, my decks, any deck. Because even though it is a slow offer, it's slow to the draw, the offer is stable. It is steady. And look, this is like gold. It's literally like, yeah, it takes a long time, but maybe because I had to take the back roads. Look what I'm carrying. Look what I'm armored with. Of course I have to, it's going to take me a while, but when I get there, you're going to love it, right? It's like that. And because of that, because of the way that the path that you're going to take, the way that it's coming in slow and steady, right? You're building something, but you're building with others because you've already looked at something. You've already built certain things within yourself. Now you're building something else. You're creating something else. You're making it fair too. You're like, well, I have this and I have this, right? Because before you had 7, because now you're at the 8. So now it's like you're adding the 8th. You're creating something separately, but it's like together too. It's something like that, like even Steven. And it's like, you're making a choice to build for your own. I've never seen the card like this, but I love this deck for this reason. You're making a choice, a practical choice and a decision on your own stability, like which way is the best way. Because now that I have 8, it's even. So which way is better? It's like that. Right? And I love seeing pentacles and reeds too. Knight of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles. That means you got money coming in. You're making good business moves, and there's going to be a brand new beginning in something. Brand new. It's like something you'll be very passionate about too. I didn't say emotions. I said passion. It puts your spirit on fire. So maybe you have a choice between somewhere that you're going to be working overseas or somewhere on land, because there's emphasis is on both, right? It's something like that. Something far away, something not. It's something like that, but you're building something. You're creating something new. And you just need to figure out what the perfect setting is for you. And remember, negative self-talk isn't good. We don't want to talk ourselves out of something. We don't want to talk ourselves into something. We want to look at things from a detached space and be able to see them logically, analytically, and just, make lists if you want. Write things down, because it's a lot of stuff in the mind. So, right, but you make your perfect setting. She's creating her perfect setting. Look. This mystical nature goddess is like, let me just paint this little universe in the Fey realm. This is what I want it to look like. This is what I want my creatures, like the Fey, this is what I want for this part. It's like that. And that's what I got for you for, it's for self, but it's like, business was like popping into that. So I'm not sure if like what you're creating with yourself has to do with business, because business sort of like flowed through in that. And it's like, but you're also some of you might be thinking about moving too for yourself. But it's like it's an all-around move, but it's like going to be good in business and it's going to be good for yourself, but you're trying to figure out which way do I go. I didn't purposely mix the business in with the self, and I didn't forget that we were doing a self read, right? But what I did, it's just the way that the energy felt. So I just wanted to explain that. But this just looks good. No matter which way you go, you're making the perfect setting for yourself and for business. Like it's all combined, guys. Everything's connected. Everything's connected. And then, because at the bottom of the deck for the whole thing, remember, it was the big picture. And that's everything for business, self, and love. But now we're going to dive into love. So you know what you're going to know what you need to do. It's like, I feel like someone's making a very critical life decision. If I go this way, this is what I can expect in business for myself, right? If I go this way, this is what I can expect for business for myself. It's like that. It's a combination, and I don't always feel the energy this way, but that's how I felt it for this read. Let's dive into new love, because you have number 11. Make a decision. What I love about this too is the 11. Some might say, or I can also see number 11 as twin flames. So when this is a love read, but it's also which makes, but so it could be similar to the Lover's card, which I know is number 6 in Tarot. But the fact, because look, the balance, divine feminine, the divine masculine of self, like the sun, the moon, day, night. It's something like that in love. You're looking for a match because you've matched yourself. See how this is going? So the business read, spilled into the self read. Now the self read is spilling into the love read. This is amazing. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Gemini. I couldn't get there if I didn't tap into your energy. So this is you. You did this. Thank you, Gemini. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I appreciate. I'm grateful. I love seeing Gemini. You're just so magical. So you need to make a decision, but we're going to read from the book. Remember, this is love. And there might be a decision between two. And I'm also getting that because I just saw 3. So, and I just saw the number 3, which told me you're 1 and you're making a decision between 2. It's something like that. Maybe there's 2 people, one night and one day. Or maybe after you figure out what you're doing for yourself will determine which partner. Because I think it's like if you move to do this thing in business and then you incorporate this it will lead this way for yourself, but then that's this partner. If you go this way, it's this. It's something like that. It may not be, but it feels like that. Why don't you let me know below? Hit that like button, comment, and let me know if it resonated, please. Number 11. Remember, it says love. Make a decision. Your sheer determination is highlighted at this time. Your spirit will support your desires and manifestations. The ability to create or destroy has always been within your skill base. Right. Night and day. You have the wisdom and confidence needed to use these skills constructively. Now is the time to act. If you know what it is you want to accomplish and why, now is the time to act. If you know what it is you want to accomplish and why. Since the powers of transformation are at your command, change your desires into objectives, your thoughts into actions, your goals into achievements. If you have recently met with failure, know you can change that failure into success. The only limits you have are those you impose on yourself. Yeah. But also, I look at failure differently than maybe some people do. I don't look at it as a failure because, okay, let's look at it in different terms. Let's look at it as yes and no. For every no, that just means you're closer to a yes, right? It's a numbers game. Let's dive in. Gemini's in love. Okay. Shuffle 3 times. seeing sixes, getting an emphasis on sixes. Some kind of balance. We'll see. 4, Spirit said, for love. Wow. Look, there they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Okay. Pretty cut and dry. 2 of Vessels. You got to be 10 of Vessels. 10. Look, Gemini. The 10 of Vessels. So it's like the 10 of Cups. Whatever this is, it's emotional wish fulfillment external to self. Because when we're at, so you're already at the 9th. You have everything that you need for self within yourself on an emotional level. You are balanced. What you're seeking now is your 10th cup. Not because you need it, but because you want it. And that's maybe the choice that you're trying to make. Which way do I go? Right? You are either opening or closing a cycle with someone. You will be communicating. I think some of these cards are repeating, but it's okay because the way this read has been going, your reads have been melding into each other. So this makes sense, actually. You are either opening or closing a cycle with someone. You're figuring it out. You're going to be communicating, fast communications about your options and choices, but it's your mind. You're going to be using your intuition to make this decision, or that's what it's saying. To make a decision. Look, that is this. Make a decision. Your intuition knows best. For the 10 of Vessels, that's it. Your intuition knows what you're doing. So it's your choice to open or close the cycle. Yes, I want to be with because you got to close a cycle with, I'm feeling it like you got to close a cycle with one person to open it with another, right? Because it's something like one is this and one is this. It's something like that. Or if I go this way or that way, it may not be 2 people. Maybe it's 2 choices. If I choose to close the cycle and not look for love as in one person, then I need to communicate and let people know, because Gemini is also communication, that I'm looking at options phase right now. I'm not ready to settle down. Yes, I'm looking for love, but just because I'm dating you doesn't mean that I am all in and that I'm just dating you and just committed to you, right? Because yes, I am looking for love, but I'm going to be using my intuition to figure out what is the best choice for me. Make a decision. So maybe it's like, do I go all in with one person, or do I look at all of my options? It's like you just got to figure something out. And you know what, Gemini? Sometimes maybe you can have the best of both. Maybe if you're dating about like a few people, and maybe one of the people is such a great candidate and like they're hitting all the mental things, but you don't know if you're ready to commit just yet. Just communicate that to them. I'm having a great time. I really would like to see where this can go. Wheel of Fortune, because the wheel of Dharma is turning in your favor. I don't see the wheel turning backwards into karma. I feel and see it like it's actually moving in your favor, whichever way you go, right? Whether you open it or close it. So maybe you could like say, I want to take things slow, or maybe you can have the best of 2 worlds. I want to give you more time, but I still am dating, right? So, you just got to communicate that maybe like I'm looking at my other options, but it's not that I don't think that you're the candidate or however you want to word it, but I still want to. It's something. Maybe, you just slow things down. If you want the best of both, just slow things down. You don't even actually need to explain it in that way to that person. You're not responsible for anyone's emotions. You're not, as long as you hold yourself to a very high standard, and that you say what you do what you say what you mean what you say, that you are living in your authentic truth while standing in integrity and being your full self. Let your intuition tell you. The High Priestess. That's what I got for you, Gemini. Because the 10 of Vessels is yours anyway. You're just trying to figure out, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Well, the answer is in yourself, because you're the Hierophant and you're the Empress. Oh my gosh, you got some major arcana. It's High Priestess, Wheel of Fortune, Empress, Hierophant. Yeah. They're trying to make a practical choice. for love or in love, but maybe you're not in love just yet, but you could see yourself being with someone, but it's like, then I'm all in, right? But it's almost like you're dating a few people, but one person is really looking for something stable and committed. And you can see that with this person, but you're just not there yet. So you're trying to figure out, what do I do? Do I go all in? You know what I mean? What do I do? Maybe someone's giving you an ultimatum. Don't feel pressured, or don't allow someone to make you feel pressured. You do what is best for you. Because the ten of Cups is yours either way. It's just right, because look, it's showing the Ten of Cups is yours either way. The practical choice, and you see, be two minds. Look, and this is where there's two ways to go. You're in two minds about something, but look, this is where we end, guys. Because the Lovers are here. This is you, Gemini, and look, because it's like there's the three again, the three people. It's like that, and the Ten of Vessels is yours either way. You've learned a lot. With the Hierophant to the Empress, this is so highly evolved. And like, maybe you're looking at one person and saying, wow, they're everything. You're like the Emperor to my Empress. You're my counterpart. Plus you're a Hierophant too. And I get that. I'm just not there yet, right? You go with whatever feels right for you. You're going to make the right choice, Gemini. And that's what I got for you. All of this feels good. It just feels like you're trying to get over a hump of some sort in some way, and you will. You got this. And that's what I got for you, Gemini. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me. It's always such a pleasure. The way your energy is, the way your mind and your heart, it's just so beautiful. And I wanted to thank you for that. And hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe. But most importantly, comment, well, and hit the like button, but comment, so let me know if it resonates for you. And if you like the way that I read, also let me know if you prefer long reads or short reads, because I can do both. Maybe if you want shorter reads, I can just break them down. Instead of doing like 3 spreads in one read, I can do 3 separate spreads in 10-minute reads or 50, you know what I mean? But just let me know what you think. All right. Bye, guys. One of the ways that I learn and grow is through constructive criticism and feedback, like, right? So help me help you. All right. Bye, Gemini.